You got to feel so bad for Balicki too, because he's going pit road speed,
and he caught a little bit of Ryan Truex, that right rear fender.
Yeah,
there, so
look at that damage.
Some damage control on that as well, and that's not missing your braking point. That is just completely missing.
Maybe he lost brakes. Like, you don't know. Maybe he got on the brakes there. It looks like he had no brakes.
There was like nothing happening.
Yeah, maybe he just had no control over his car.
Because that Sunoco sign off turn 4, that's a great reference for people. As you come off of turn 4, you use that and start to encroach on the. It's weird.
I could see the brakes locked up if you look at the top of the screen.
Had a little bit of contact there. It doesn't look like it tore it up too bad as Chris Wright is.
There's the connector, 6A to 6B. Chris Wright in the 5 with 3.5 minutes to go in practice.
That's going to bring out a red flag to get Chris pushed off the racetrack.
Right, your screen there. You see up next to the wall. We talked about getting on the throttle. Ooh, this is what happens.
It's so closed right there.
Is that my insider? Yeah.
Position is. Cautions come out.
Well, we're halfway through the opening stage, and we get our first caution. And that's too bad. It's for Chris Wright, who's coming off a career best last week at Martinsville and was solid earlier today in qualifying, driving that 5.
And this saved a lot of guys.
Josh Williams got.
I'm going to say that's a tank slapper. Probably got loose at some point. Oil was on the track. Like we saw 2 of the cars. I don't know if it was really high and up out of the groove.
We've seen Chris Wright do that a couple times today, so he's found the outside wall there in turns 1 and 2 multiple times. So his mare running out. They're going to go 3 wide here with Jeb Burton, Connor Zilic, and Brendan Poole, and it just we talked
3
about
wide.
Yeah, and that corner funnels down like we said. They're all racing position late in the race. They're going to take all the risks they can. It's 3 cars going for 2 cars worth of real estate.
And those guys all saved it.
So we'll take a look at it here off of turn 2. Yep, we talked about it all day. Being too high out of the groove. There's just absolutely no grip. Chris was just too high. The track falls away from you there. It flattens out. Then the wall comes up quickly. He's able to keep it out of the inside wall.
You know, we talked last week at Talladega about the level of concentration because you're just so locked in the draft. It's kind of the same here, right? I mean, if you miss your mark just a little, it gets away from you.
And it's so odd as you look there at Sam Mayer on board, watching what happened to Chris Wright. You wouldn't think they were on a really drastically different line.
28 start here today, still looking for his first Texas win.
This is down 3 and 4. Chris Wright is way off the pace as they come off of 4, slides up, and Justin is going at such a high rate of speed. Can't react in that point of the corner. Basically gets into the back of him and causing this wreck here. We saw earlier when Justin went around the outside of Chris Wright, who was way off the pace a couple laps prior when he was racing with Kyle Larson. But really, that's just 2 cars at such a different rate of speed at that time in that place. Justin on newer tires is trying to make up time. He's just lost the lead at 88. He knew that. He saw that all unfold.
Second pole of the season. His other came at a 1.5 mile track as well, Miami. And first caution of the afternoon for the 5. It's Chris Wright who gets turned around.
Well, I don't know if you saw the moment the 5 car had in practice. It was an incredible save that Chris had off of turn 2 earlier today.
He's running 33rd.
Oh, yeah, that started early. Oh, my. A little checkup.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's just that stack up. You see the separation. So the 00 sort of hesitated as they got into the restart zone. That caused an accordion effect, and then Christian Eckes got in the back of Harrison Burton. You saw the 20 get spun out as he tried to check up for the car in front of him on the outside.
And as a leader, you have the ability to launch whenever you want to.
Right.
And we're getting later and later in the race. Guys are getting hungrier and hungrier at restarts. You don't know without looking at data or mile per hour or whatever, but the 00 didn't look like he launched or stopped. It just, the field was anticipating him to go early, and that trickles back so far into the field, and it's crazy to think that you have that much damage going at such a slow speed. But
We have had several guys that don't have experience here that are finding the limit early on in this practice session. Here's a look at Chris Wright.
Yeah, in that corner, you think you want to throw a bunch of speed at it, but you got to remember you're going on to the second longest straightaway of the track. and you actually want it. What SVG does so well is he backs that corner way up, and you actually want to attack that corner entirely different.
Here's from Taylor Gray. Kris Wright right in front of him there, spins.
Taylor almost got sucked into doing the same thing. He was referencing off Chris.
Hometown race for that company. Saw the new wife's mascot is here as well. So Anthony wants to have a good weekend. We follow Sammy Smith.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem.
Right. At a really bad time.
He's going to be livid with that. Yep. And we just talked about it. He got into a section. He was up